Alright guys, Football Calcio here, and I am here with a FIFA 13 Ultimate Team squad builder. Obviously you can just see my squad here, which is a big mistake because I'm actually meant to just show you what the team is, like bit by bit, but anyway, I'll go through it. Petr Cech in goal, very good goalkeeper, does the job perfectly fine. Obviously been Chelsea's #1 for quite some time now, but I think he probably loses crown next season with Thibaut Courtois lined up to replace him. We then move on to David Luiz, great player, just simply amazing. You know, he has that ability where he can just move up 10-20 yards in the field, make a great pass, or move up another 30 yards, take a long shot and score. You know, not very rare that a defender can do that. You know, you don't see everyday Thiago Silva going up, having long shots, taking free kicks, and it's a very a special attribute, especially for such a solid defender. I do thank Rafa Benitez actually for taming David Luiz, because I think he was criticised by Gary Neville as a FIFA player controlled by a 10-year-old, you know, who's just mashing the controller. And I think he was right, because I think when Andre Villas-Boas bought him, he was making so many mistakes, costing us goals after goals. You know, he was terrible. You know, he was just sort of giving away balls, not sort of defending them. But he's tamed him and he's made him into one of the best centre backs in the game. I don't think 79 on rare does him any justice whatsoever. Definitely deserves to be 81, 82 rated. You know, his man of the match CDM goes for I think 300,000 coins. It's retained its price through all the market crashes and stuff, so it's quite amazing to see a player hold its price for so long. We then move on to Maxwell. Surprise probably to many of you. Many of you might not even know who he is. You know, he's a left back for PSG. Not really the favourite in the start in 11s a lot of the time in League One, but very good left back nonetheless. You know, 77 rated on rare. You think nah, but it just proves that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, because he is pretty good. His passing as well. He sets up a lot of goals from the wing. He really does feed Lavezzi very well, and you know, he does the job. You know, shooting, obviously he's a defender, so you don't expect that to be good, but everything else is what you expect it to be, and he's the perfect left back if you're on a budget. And well, obviously I'm not on a budget, but if you just want to make a squad for profit, he will do very good. Only cost me 700 coins. But then move on to Esquila Lavezzi, very good left mid for PSG. Hasn't really been as good as he could have been in real life. However, on this game I do rate him a lot. I think he's very good. 8,500 coins. I think he was originally 16,000 coins, but obviously the increase of him in the market. He's not a very rare player, as even though he is a supposedly rare card, he does come a lot in packs. I've had him a couple of times. So obviously very common player. However, find him very good. His pace is great. His dribbling is great. His shooting could be better, but he does the job very well. His passing feels better actually in the game. He's very good at crossing in balls, especially to the striker, which is Sergio Aguero. I'll tell you about him later on in the video. We then move on to Pepe. Moving on there to the right hand side defense. Very good defender. Does the job perfectly fine. Good pace. Has been linked with Man City, I believe, for 20 million euros or pounds. I don't know what the currency was, but great defending, great heading ability, and you know, I think I paid only 2,700 coins. I did, you know, nothing for 85 rated Real Madrid centre back. We then move on to Hal Pereira, very popular choice with La Liga squads. Mainly because, you know, if you're going to go for obviously the best right back in the league, it's going to be Dani Alves, but he's a fortune, and I just don't see a right back should be worth it for 100,000 coins. You know, that's a lot of money just to spend on a bloody right back. Yeah, I mean, he does the job fine. His pace is I think the outstanding thing, because it definitely feels more in game. And what he does, he feeds Di Maria perfectly. I think my left back and right back play great balls to the further upfield comrades up front, and they do serve them very well. Good passes, and then they sort of run into the centre spots, play passes to Sergio Aguero and Torres, not Torres, Wayne Rooney, and then they just have long shots, or in Sergio Aguero's case, he tries heading quite a lot of time and scored a couple of goals from that. We then move on to Di Maria. He is brilliant. 5,500 coins, been linked with Tottenham, Arsenal, a lot of teams. However, I don't see him leaving, but in FIFA, I think he's great. 5 goals, 12 games. Cost me 5,500 coins, I've just said, but I think it was 20,000 coins. It just shows you how much players drop in price. I think Ibrahimovic as well. I bought him, I think 3 months ago. I bought him. I think he was originally 300,000 coins, went up to 500,000 coins, and I bought him when he was 350. Sold him for 450, and then thinking that the market crash would damper his value, I then sold him. That was a mistake because now I think he's going for 500,000 coins again. So he's held his value. Di Maria obviously hasn't, but that's mainly because he's not a very, very rare card. I mean, he's great on the ball, great dribbling, great pace. Definitely plays in a lot of good balls and has like a couple of good long shots as well. We then move on to Xavi. Obviously, he's the master passer. I think he's got the best passing in the game for a normal card. 93. He just plays excellent balls. His pace doesn't matter because of his dribbling. Obviously, he's a legend for Spain. Probably will never diminish in the squad's international lineup for a couple of years to come. Still one of the main defenders. And then we bring on to probably his replacement in the future as the master passer. So David Silva plays for Manchester City. They obviously lost in a very, very funny loss to Cardiff City. They obviously thought they were going to win it, underestimated Cardiff, and they defended very, very poorly. I think there was a photo comparing the defensive tactics from the Mancini era to the Pellegrini era, and it was very, very interesting to see how it's changed and how the tactics have changed to not a very solid defence lineup. Anyway, he didn't get me any goals. It was a bit stale for me. However, he did provide quite a few assists. His pace definitely helps. I mean, his dribbling assists his pace, because obviously, if a player's got good dribbling, it's going to make his pace a little bit higher than what it actually says, and that does help him get away from defenders. His shooting, you don't really feel that in the game because he doesn't really get into a lot of goal scoring opportunities. He sits back and provides the passes to the two strikers, which I want him to do. And then that brings me on to the player that sits right behind Sergio Aguero, Wayne Rooney. I mainly picked him as a centre forward because I thought that's where he plays in real life mostly. He's not really all-in-out striker anymore. Mainly that's because of his deteriorating fitness. However, I think he's great. I would love him to play for Chelsea. However, I don't see it happening because, Man United fans love him, apparently. All of a sudden, even though he's apparently wants to leave, he doesn't look very happy in the photo as well. He doesn't look very happy at Man United anyway. I'm not sure he smiled one bit during that whole game yesterday against Chelsea. However, I think he's going to stay because there were a lot of Rooney chants, and I think if you're loved by your own fans, you're probably going to stay. I think he doesn't like playing second fiddle to Robin Van Persie, but that's his opinion, and obviously we'll wait and see what happens. We then move on to Sergio Aguero, great player, needs no introduction. Had a fantastic season 2 years ago. Very, very boring last season. Didn't really do much. I think he only got 8 goals. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was a rubbish season. People, attack Torres and players like that, but he's been a failure as well. He got them a winning goal for the Premier League, but other than that, last season he was pretty boring. Didn't do much. I think that was mainly due to his injury, but I think he's had an alright start to this season, so we'll wait and see. Hopefully he might return back to his previous form. We have to wait and see. Anyway, that is my squad. I rate this 8 out of 10. I played with better squads, but I've played with a lot of worse squads, so I think I'll give it 8 out of 10. Good attacking ability, good defending ability. Not the best, could be better. I think what could probably make it better would maybe be Juan Mata in for David Silva, possibly a bit more pace. Or I don't know. There could be various improvements. Obviously, Sergio Ramos would do much better than Pepe, but that's all I could afford at that moment in time. Hit a like if you want me to do another squad builder. And thanks for watching, and please subscribe and share my videos.